what does it do?
We obviously have not had much time to analyze the amendment, but the amendment apparently calls on completion of the various studies that people were talking about: karst, sediment and erosion control, stormwater, and probably some few others. Those reports must be completed. DEQ must analyze and approve them and present them to the water board. Once that happens, the certification would take effect.
The board member, Tim Hayes, who proposed the amendment, he said, I'm trying to structure this so that we get one more swing at it. Is there a clarity about one more swing what that looks like?
Not at this point. I think the point was that if the actual effective date of the certification is delayed, that may give the water board more time to think about what other actions could be taken. But at this point, we don't know what that means.
So basically this means that they could amend the certification?
That's their thinking, yes. We don't know if that's a possibility or not.
But they passed the certification today pending these reports.
That's correct.
Why were these reports not required as part of the process before now anyway?
I really don't know. I do know that the board's response to the public comment yesterday had an impact on them today. Last week, there certainly was plenty of public comment. It was all similar, but last week the board decided to certify that Mountain Valley pipeline. I really can't explain why there was a change today.
I mean, so is it accurate to say that the Atlantic Coast Pipeline has been certified for the board or not?
If you stop it certified, yes, but it doesn't take effect until sometime in the future.
And the question is whether that effective date is inside or outside of the 12-month.
Right. There's a
review.
12-month window that the Corps of Engineers would have, or that FERC would have, as to when they could make a decision about the pipeline. Theoretically, if DEQ or Virginia did not take action within that 12-month window, FERC could make the final decision. Unfortunately, we don't know the date of that 12-month window, so that's something that still needs to be resolved.
And you also don't know whether today's date is the effective date or the date of any potential amendment.
Well, today is not the effective date because those additional studies have not been completed, but it was certified today.
So DEQ doesn't have any date for when that clock would start?
The 1 year clock?
The 1 year clock for
We
FERC?
We do not. It's up to FERC, and they have not told us.
But DEQ has asked for when that...
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we don't have an answer.
When they bring the erosion and sediment control back, is it going to be to a water board to the public, or would that be?
That has yet to be determined. We don't even know what form these reports will take. If we understand what the board is asking for, we would make them public, we would present them to the board, and in some way the board would evaluate.
Any idea how long those reports will take to complete?
No. The erosion and sediment control reports, for example, we don't expect them to be complete till March or April. So that it will be a while to finish all of these.
So if the company had been planning to start construction before the end of the year, that seems to be on hold now.
That's correct. They cannot start construction until the final erosion and sediment control plans are approved by DEQ.
And does that include the land disturbance?
Well, land disturbance is considered construction, so that cannot be done yet.
What about tree cutting?
As complete as possible, what is the list of pending information still?
Well, I don't know. Erosion and sediment control, stormwater management, karst testing, steep slope analysis. I'm sorry, there may be more, but that's all I can think of.
But it is, just to clarify, it is going to be Water Control Board's assertion that you have met the 1 year, within the 1 year time frame of based on what was decided today.
I don't think so. The board indicated they don't know either when that 1 year window is. What I heard was they would hope that all these actions are completed before this 1 year window is up, whenever that is.
What's the definition of when the 1 year window starts? It's when the permit has been requested?
When the permit is complete, we believe, what DEQ believes, then you would have 1 year. I'm sorry, the joint permit that goes to DEQ and 2 other agencies. But we don't know that because FERC has not specified that's when the start point is.
Bill, what we heard last week after the MVP decision was that one of the reasons for all this confusion is the way that DEQ has kind of broken up this process, segmented these various reviews. Is that something you want to respond to?
DEQ's approach all along has been to work with the 401 certification, which itself is a very narrow issue. It's the construction oversight for the upland areas along the pipeline route. That's what the 401 certification is, and that's technically what the board was originally voting on. We also knew that these other reports that the board wants more information on would be completed over time. The approach DEQ has always taken is a permit or a certification is done with building blocks. First building block is the 401 certification. Then you've got the karst certification. Then you've got the erosion and sediment control. You can't finish the project. You can't start the project until all those blocks are there. We know what the rules are that those blocks have to be constructed under. If they're not done right, they can't be approved. And that's why Virginia has been saying it is not a problem that those blocks are not done yet, because they can't be done. They can't be approved until they're done correctly. And then when all of that comes together, that's when the certification would be complete.
But clearly the board had trouble with that happening after it had issued a certification.
Well, clearly most of the people in the audience had trouble with that too. It is a difficult concept. It's the way the regulatory bureaucracy works. We do our best to follow the rules we have to follow. The regulatory requirements are very strict and very prescribed. We have